This is ethyl alcohol. This is one of the more flammable substances that's probably anywhere in the school.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the next episode of the After School Talk Show. Today we have Mr. Hook, the physics teacher here. So are there any other classes that you teach besides physics?
Well, I said right now I also teach 8th grade science. I think Mr. Kale has one of those classes too. But I have taught ICP before. I probably will be teaching it next year. I've taught biology and earth space, which not really my things. Obviously I have the dual credit class that you're in.
Yeah, I am.
There will be that same class next year. There'll be a second semester or second year of dual credit physics for people that took it this year. But I also hope to pull like a electronics class someday, like a semester elective, and an astronomy class someday, to sort of bring in something different for people.
So what made you want to become a teacher?
Originally I didn't. I was going to go into the medical field, become a medical physicist, work on MRI machines, CAT scans. Money would have been a whole lot better, I'll tell you that much. But when I was working on my master's, I ended up teaching a couple of low-level physics classes and just really enjoyed it, and sort of just changed pace and got my teaching license and went that way. So.
No, yeah, I get it. So who would you say your most annoying student is?
Most annoying student? I don't think I could say that.
No?
Probably not.
Not Miles?
If I had to go with somebody, it would not be Miles.
Okay.
So.
Next question. What do you think of the PS5?
It's not bad.
Because you were one of the first people to get it.
I did the pre-order thing and got it all. Honestly, the fact I paid retail price for it wasn't bad, but I know there's people out there paying like $900 still to get them. I don't think that's worth it.
No.
Wait a year and then it'll drop. Yeah. So obviously the graphics are better than the PS4. It's faster, but not a whole lot of difference otherwise.
So here's a question that I'm sure many people would like to know. What is your middle name?
My middle name is Benjamin.
Benjamin?
Yeah.
I
go by Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do we call you like by your first name? Why do you go by your middle name?
I don't know. Honestly, my whole family does that.
Yeah.
My first name's Virgil, so it's weird anyway.
That's not bad.
But
I think it's a scientist name.
Yeah, it's just the way my family is we pretty much all go by middle names. So it's
that's
just
pretty cool.
Like,
yeah, that's cool actually. Yeah. See, I go by Jace.
Yeah.
Because that's my name.
So what's your middle name?
My middle name is Brayton. B-R-A-Y-T-O-N.
Okay, Brayton.
Yeah. So today on the show, we will be doing some science experiments. So could you explain like what experiments we're doing?
Okay. So I have a couple different ones. The first one is one most people know. It's called elephant toothpaste. Okay. It just shows a chemical reaction of a couple different things using a catalyst, and just has it's not an explosion, but a release of gas that makes something grow very much, a lot bigger than it originally was. Okay. Obviously, I'm gonna add some food coloring so it looks, cooler, that kind of thing. But normally you do it with like a 6% hydrogen peroxide, which has a decent reaction. The one I have has 30%, so hopefully it'll be pretty good.
Okay.
The other one we're gonna do is, most people know, if you have like a 2 liter, you wanna dump it really fast, you can get like the vortex, you spin it. You get the vortex, it'll dump all the water or whatever's in it out really fast. Mm-hmm. But filling it back up really quick, most people don't know, and I'm going to show how to do that. So.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So we'll go to the lab, and we can do these experiments.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. So see ya. Hey everybody, welcome back. We're in the lab with Mr. Hook. We're going to be doing some experiments today. So what experiments are we doing?
Well, I'll talk about the first one before we talk about the other. The first one deals with just basically emptying something. Everybody knows how to empty a 2 liter bottle. Anybody know how to do it really fast? Do you know how to do it really fast?
No.
No. Basically what you can do is you can create a vortex, because to empty it fast, you have to have something to replace the water. So if you create a vortex, it has air that can go in the middle. As the water shoots out the side, it'll basically empty really fast. You want me to show you?
Sure.
All right. So we'll dump it into this thing. So I usually start spinning here, but it's easier if you go this. So as you spin, it's hard to see, but it will dump a whole lot faster than if you were pouring. So a lot of people have seen that before. I'll let it finish up. But most people haven't seen how you fill one up back up really quick, right? So if we have to have air replace the water when it goes this way, the idea is we're going to replace air with water going the other direction. Any ideas how to do that?
No.
No? Well, I'm going to show you what we're going to do before we actually do it. This is ethyl alcohol. This is one of the more flammable substances that's probably anywhere in the school. So we're going to pour a little bit of that into a 2-liter bottle.
Remember safety.
What?
PSA.
So we don't want to do too much, because we don't want to cause an explosion or anything, but just a little bit so we can coat the whole thing. All I'm going to do is I'm going to just roll around so it coats the inside of this bottle. It's just ethyl alcohol, so it's 90% alcohol, a little bit of water in it. Roll around, coats the whole thing. We have a nice little foam in there. I'm going to dump a little bit of the excess out because we don't want too much. There we go. Okay. All you're going to do is light your flame, put it up to it. I have faith in you.
Hold on.
Not rocket science.
Melted the bottle.
Yeah, so melt to the bottle means what? It's hot, right?
Well, yeah.
So exothermic reaction literally means it releases heat. That's all it is. So where's my other bottle? We're going to use the other bottle, try it again. Except this time, when we light it on fire, when we did it here, there was plenty of oxygen coming in from the outside. So it just kept burning, right? Well, when it burns off all the oxygen in the bottle, if it's underwater, what's it going to do? Well, there's going to be no oxygen in it. It's going to have a vacuum. Should suck the water right into it. The other option is it's going to just crush the bottle, but we'll find out which one first. Okay, so do the same thing. Add some ethyl alcohol to it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold it as softly as I can, because if I push in at all, it's going to crinkle. So I'm going to try and just hold it. Okay. When I flip it upside down, all you have to do, go ahead and light your flame, is you're going to put the flame right underneath it, and then I'm going to dump it straight in the water. You ready? Well, started to fill and then it sort of exploded, but tried to fill it back in the water, so there it is.
That's pretty cool. You know, it got a little wet. That's all right.
Water's never hurt anybody, right?
So what experiment are we doing next, Mr. Hook?
All right, so this has been nicknamed elephant toothpaste because it literally looks like toothpaste coming out. But I've changed it up a little bit, so I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen. Normally I use about a half a cup of 6% hydrogen peroxide, and I'll go through the equation in a second. I had 30% hydrogen peroxide, so 5 times stronger, and I used a whole cup of it.
Safety.
So we'll see what happens. But what's going to happen is I have the hydrogen peroxide in here already. I put it in there. We're going to add a little bit of soap to it. The soap does absolutely nothing for the reaction, other than it allows us to see it. So just add a little bit of soap, mix that in. It just allows us to see it a little bit better, and I'll talk about why in a second. So I'll mix it in. And then Jace picked this magical blue food coloring, right?
It matches your shirt.
Sure, why not? So we'll just put a little bit of food coloring in there, let that mix in a little bit as well. Again, doesn't do anything for the reaction, just add some color, makes it look a little bit different. So you can see it a little bit better. Okay. So what's going to happen next? Well, I'll go through the equation and then I'll make our last a little bit.
Okay.
Hydrogen peroxide is what we have over here, H2O2. It's mixed with water. It's 30% hydrogen peroxide, 70% water. Then we add sodium iodine, which is what I have here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually mix that in some warm water, and I'm going to what's called supersaturate it. I don't usually do that. Usually I add like 3 scoops, mix it up, and it's good. When I supersaturate it, what that means is I'm going to keep adding the iodine to it until it won't dissolve anymore. So it'd be a large chunk of iodine, and that's what's called a catalyst. It will cause the reaction to happen. Basically what it does is it reacts with one of the waters in this, pulls it off to make hydrogen, or make water and oxygen gas. Now remember how I put soap in there? The soap is because when that oxygen gas is expelled, normally oxygen is clear, it goes into the air, it catches the bubbles of the soap, it gets sucked into that, and you actually blow the soap everywhere. So that's actually how we see it.
So like we're getting clean while doing this as well?
No, I would not touch this. Most people, like you, a lot of people have hydrogen peroxide at their house, like 3% hydrogen peroxide, used to clean wounds and stuff like that. It actually uses the same reaction, but reacts with something in your body. I don't know what it was off the top of my head, but it does the same thing. That's why you get bubbling and it helps clean out like wounds and stuff like that. With as strong as this is, if you get this on your hands, it will burn you. So you definitely don't want to put your hands in that.
Safety.
So I just mixed in the sodium iodine, made it pretty saturated, so there's quite a bit of it in there. All we have to do is pour it in and see what happens. It's not gonna be a whole lot faster, but it should make a lot of it. Now what color is it? Is it blue?
It's like yellowish.
But we put blue food coloring in it, did we?
Yeah.
Well, that's because the iodine stains everything, and it's usually a yellow color. So you should see a blue tint to it, though, I would guess.
No.
Not at all?
I mean,
No.
now kind of.
I mean, I don't see it, so I don't know.
I kind of do a little bit. It's actually making quite a bit.
You know, it might fill this whole thing up. We'll find out.
Well, Mr. Hook, thanks for coming out.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Of course. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Also, join the Clash of Clans clan. Alright, thanks. See ya.